Hi everyone, good evening. I don't know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know. Share this link with someone you know out there. Do let me know that you can hear me and you can see me. Hi everyone, good evening. I like to see your comments. If you're online, do well to let me know so I will know that I'm not just there all by myself. Okay? Do well to let me know, please, that you can hear me and you're here with me here tonight. Hi, good evening. Who is there? If you can hear me and you can see me, do let me know so we can proceed. Bunny, can you hear me? All right. Oh, thank you. If you can hear me, please let me know so that I will know that we have. Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. I'm glad you can hear me. Good evening, and it's such a pleasure to have you here tonight. To everyone who is joining us, yes, I love that some of us are already joining in. If you're just joining, do want to leave a comment so that we know you are at the back end. As you all know, this is day 2 of the National Writers Summit 2024, and you can't you can't afford not to stay up to the end of tonight's session because our speakers are really packed. Like they have so much knowledge for you, and it is your own role to ensure that you join in. All right. So I would like to get a comment. Let me be sure that you all are following first. Right. I'd like to get your comments. Let's get your comments. All right. A Sosa is with us following. Amazing. So let's quickly proceed. Now I know that those of us at the back end can hear us. Let's proceed. This is day 2 of the National Writers Summit. And already you know that this is a summit where we open you up to the knowledge that will move you from point A to point B. Because I have come to realize that so many authors, so many writers are filling stock. A lot of them only know things around content creation, but there are diverse opportunities in content in writing that so many people have no knowledge about. And that is why we are bringing up this particular summit to bring writers together, experts from different sphere of writing, come and educate and carry each and every one of us along on this journey of becoming a wealthy writer, not a broke writer, because so many of you have gone through trainings and it turns out that after the training, you feel stuck, you feel, oh, I wasted my time, maybe it's not for me, maybe it's meant for everyone. And if you'll be willing to join these sessions, what the previous ones, and pay attention to what the speakers have to say, then trust me, you will never go back the same. So as you all know, I am Ella Obans. I am the founder of Vital W, which is your host. This particular conference is being hosted by Belarus Intelligence Training Academy World. And our speaker have been backstage for a very long time. So we're bringing her up immediately. So if you can hear me and you're ready for tonight's session, as I introduce her briefly, already you've read her bio in the group chats, right? So I will just do a quick introduction of her and what she does, then we bring her up quickly. So our speaker tonight is registered nurse, and she's a ghostwriter, a publisher, a double CEO. One, she's a CEO for PenPixel. Yeah, she's the CEO of PenPixel, and also the CEO of Creators Web Lab. She is a registered nurse who presently practices in England, and she's a publisher. She's a digital publisher, and she is also a ghostwriter. So in tonight's session, she will be taking us on the basics of ghostwriting and the hacks of building portfolio in writing. So if you don't have your pen, I advise you get it immediately. If you know anyone that should be here, share this link. You'll see an arrow pointing, I think your right or left. Click on that arrow and ensure you invite as many people as possible, because the program will not be a replay, but do ensure that you maximize this opportunity to invite as many people as possible. Go and inform those in the group. Let them know that we have started and our speaker is about to come on board. All right, she's already here. So this is a woman I've watched do her thing, and I can tell you for free that she's quite knowledgeable when it comes to writing, when it comes to ghostwriting. She made fortune from it, and she has been in this business for quite a couple of time. She has been in this business for a very long time, I must say. So if you're here, I urge you to pay attention, jot down as much as you can, and get your questions written down, because we won't wait for you to start typing it. If she's teaching and you're getting your questions, please do well to write it down somewhere, so that immediately she's done, you'll be copying and pasting in the comment section so that she will attend to it. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, I want you to type the fire emoji in the comment section as our speaker unveil herself. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, Mary Ann is joining from Enugu. Beautiful. Woo! Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. We know you're quite a busy person. Every health worker is a busy person, but you find us worthy. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much for honoring this invitation. Welcome, and the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I am very happy to be here. I had to cancel an appointment to make sure that I'm here today. Seriously, I am happy to be here. So thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate you. And I've seen a few things because I had to check, okay, what's about this academy? I know you, but as the leader, I've seen your content on Facebook, and I think you're friends on Facebook as well. So I know you personally. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Clementina. Oh, lovely. Habia State. Thank you so much. Okay. So I want to appreciate the team as well. I know that there are people on the back end who are doing so much to make sure that this is possible. I want to believe that all of you can hear me. I've been around trying to confirm because my laptop was acting up earlier. But thankfully, we are here and we are live. So, my name is Anu Clement David-Olawade, as she has rightly introduced me, and I'm a ghostwriter. I did not start out as a ghostwriter. And if you followed me for a long time, or if you know me for a while, you would understand and see that, transition journey. It's been a long journey. It is. And if I can, there were so many odds against me being a ghostwriter, becoming a ghostwriter. And if I can, that means you can. Many of you, I've not heard your stories before, but generally, I just believe that I fall into the category of people who were not advantaged growing up, who were not advantaged in life, but had to craft the path for themselves. So, yeah, I fall into that category, and I believe not everybody does. So if you're listening to me, if you're hearing me, just know that you're more advantaged. Okay. Everybody believes that writers generally should have hard background. And like as Ella has rightly introduced me, I'm a registered nurse. I'm a nurse. That means I'm a science student. Do you know what that means? No hard background, no literature background, and I find myself in the core of ghostwriting. So I know many of you even read literatures. Back then, there was, anyways, because I've got 30 minutes, I would just want to delve into what I've got for you all tonight. Hopefully, we are able to finish. Honestly, we are able to finish because it's a lot. But I know that we're just talking about the basics and basics of ghostwriting. We're not going in depth. So I will just talk about in the introductory part. And the second topic I have before me is the hacks for building portfolio in writing, even if you don't have experience at all, even if you're just starting out, even if you've never worked for a client before, you've not even landed your first client. And these hacks will help you in landing your first client and your next client. I have lost a $3,000 gig because I didn't have a portfolio. Yeah, and that was not the first time. There was a particular one too last year. I think that was early last year. And because of the nature of ghostwriting, you can't say this is the book I wrote for this person. Because most times we sign non-disclosure agreements. So, anyways, I don't want to go ahead of myself. So who am I and why should you listen to me? A lot of things that I've been able to achieve in this writing industry, but I'm just going to touch on a few of them. So I am ranked as the 729th. I think it's gone up already, but I've not checked. 729th Global LinkedIn Creator by Favicon on LinkedIn. So for you to fall into the first 1,000 in the world, you must know something. You must be doing something right. You must be doing something right. There are over 1 billion users on LinkedIn, and being ranked as not just in Nigeria, not in Africa, not in the UK, because sometimes there's this disparity when people are talking about writers in Africa. I get excluded sometimes because I'm not living in Africa, I'm living in the UK. And when they're talking about British writers, because I'm not yet a British, like, I mean, I'm not a British citizen, I get excluded as well because I'm an immigrant, that kind of a thing. So, some of these categories, even though I qualify, I don't get to because they're talking about people, writers in Africa, not just African writers, if you get what I mean. So, but generally speaking, I've been ranked as first 1,000 creators writers in the whole wide world. Now, I have been nominated for prestigious awards. I'm just telling you who am I and why you should listen to me. I've been nominated for prestigious awards, digital awards, physical awards. I have been nominated last year. I had like three of them that I had to send representatives to go get them for me. So I couldn't go. I mean, I'm in the UK and they were hosting events in Nigeria. And the most recent one was Tiba, the Young Personality Award. Then I have another award coming up this weekend. No, that's next week Saturday by the prestigious and most revered JPI. So there've been lots of noise and all of that on Facebook and on LinkedIn, everywhere. And yeah, somebody else will be representing me there as well. So I have been nominated here in the UK and awarded as well as a young entrepreneur by the Global Business and Authors Awards here in the UK, like I mentioned. I've got raving fans and followers of those who like me, who trust me, who know me, and they value me. That's when we talk about the KLTV factor. It used to be KLT factor, but they've added V to it. So about connections with high profile, individuals and business owners. I have job offers knocking on my door every time, mouth-watering offers that I'm not even available to take up. Most times I've gone to work, I'm just tired. I have to streamline the jobs I take up and the ones I just say, I need to signpost this job to someone else, or I need to refer this other person. So I'm not even available to take all of them. Yeah, they come coming. I've received guest facilitation and speaking invitations. I have clients across the world, clients in Africa, clients from the US, United States, clients from Europe, and clients from the United Kingdom. So I need to stop here. Yeah, so that's that about me. And I think for someone who has achieved some little things as the things I've mentioned, um, they are worthy to be listened to. So I'm checking my time. I will just start with the first one, the the topic, the basics of ghostwriting. The basics of ghostwriting. Ghostwriting is a very beautiful writing niche. It's a very beautiful writing specialty. And anyone can become a ghostwriter, but not everyone will become a ghostwriter. On a normal day, if you're writing as a, let's say, freelance writer, a content writer, things that you would charge 25, let's say $25 for, $50, if you write those things as a ghostwriter, obviously as a professional, not just like I'm a ghostwriter as well. No, you have to know your onions. If you write as a ghostwriter, you get, at least for something a normal content writer would charge $25 for, you can charge up to $200, $250, 300 even for just a piece of blog content, if you know what I mean. Um so ghostwriting is actually broad, but generally it means writing content on behalf of somebody else. You're writing content on behalf of somebody else. I did it. I wrote a post, was it last week, on my both Facebook and LinkedIn accounts, where I explained ghostwriting because someone messaged me one day when I posted about ghostwriting on my status, asking what ghostwriters do. I mean, and she was telling me that, oh, she felt ghostwriters are actual ghosts, or maybe they do something shady, those kind of things. What they call ghosts? What they call ghostwriters? Those kind of things. So it means you're hiding your face and you're giving credit to someone else. So no matter how much sweat and pain and stress you've gone through, the mental energy you've expended to create that content, you do not own ownership. You're only paid for your service. You're only paid for the fact that you help the person save time and energy, and maybe the person doesn't even have the skill. It can be individuals, especially busy individuals, professionals, C-level executives, thought leaders, speakers, politicians. It can be anyone. It can be even organizations that you're writing for, and you're paid for the service. Simply put, you're paid for the service, and then you give them, let's say, the manuscript or whatever you've written, you give it to them so they can decide. I have a client of mine who is already an Amazon bestseller. I wrote that book. Do you know what? I am so, ghostwriting can be painful as well. You need to have a level of emotional intelligence and mental stability to be able to last. Because imagine you've done something beautiful, for a client, and then the client takes all of the glory. You cannot come online and say, oh, this is what I did. And one of the backsides to it, or downsides to it, is if you have another client who wants to get um who wants to get samples of what you've done before, you cannot bring the work of the client you worked for earlier and say, oh, this is my work sample. No, I will touch on that when I get to building your portfolio anyways. Okay. So that's that about ghostwriting. Ghostwriting is diversified, like I mentioned. You can ghostwrite articles, you can ghostwrite newsletters, you can ghostwrite speeches. Many people you see, politicians especially, even public speakers, most of the things you see them say, the speeches they give, most of them didn't write them. And that's the truth because they are too busy. And sometimes they need to do a lot of research and all of that. So they just contrast the writing. And everything you do, even if you're maybe you're just speaking on the video or it's an audio, you're just giving a speech in any event, everything still boils down to writing. Even if it is drama presentation, somebody wrote that script or some people wrote that script. Even if you're giving speech, there is something written already. Even if you want to, if you're just making a presentation, a video presentation, what you're saying are words. And then the words need to be scripted to come out as video presentation. So everything still boils down to writing. And these are the things ghostwriters do. It can be blog posts. I know some ghostwriters that their specialty is just blog posts. It can be social media posts. I am branded on LinkedIn, for an instance, as a book ghostwriter, a non-fiction ghostwriter. There are people that I know, part of my connections on LinkedIn, that they are fiction ghostwriters. Some other people branded themselves on, and they are still branding themselves right now as LinkedIn ghostwriters. Some are Twitter ghostwriters. Do you see the difference now? The riches are in the niches. That's true. You've heard that countless times. That is true. Because you rather allow an optician to work on you when it comes to your eyes than a general practitioner. Someone who says, "Oh, I studied medicine and I just do everything." You rather let a specialist do the work than a generalist. All right. So some people do website content, some do pitches and pitch decks, especially to startups and small and or medium enterprises, businesses, and all of that. So, what are the responsibilities of a ghostwriter? What is your responsibility as a ghostwriter? It's very easy when you're writing for yourself. I've had the privilege to write different types of books, different. And some of them I need to do research. Some of them I need to go to library to do research. Some of them I need to check online. I need to watch videos. I need to do a lot. A lot of things go into it. Um it's not just bread and butter. It is lucrative. Look, the least I charge for my ghostwriting when I want, even if it's just an ebook, is $1,000. That's the least. It's $1,000. Okay. So, but then you have to do the work. There is lots of work in it. But if you get your onions right, you're good to go. So, what are your responsibilities as a ghostwriter? You need to understand your client's voice and tone. I was on a call with a particular client in Dallas. That was day before yesterday. And we were talking, we met on Facebook actually. So it's not until you're on LinkedIn. Okay. I recommend LinkedIn 100%. But you can have two. I think I wrote the post about it same maybe this week or last week. I can't remember that. A lot of people, especially self-acclaimed coaches and all these, growth experts, tell you, oh, you need to stay on one social media platform, you need to stay on one and build on it. And what if they lock you out? Social media platforms are rented land. So if you can have two of them, or let's say two, three can burn you out. Four, some of them have four. Some people, I don't know how they cope, anyways. But if you can, please do. Just make sure that you're active and you're consistent and you're engaging. You're doing what you need to do to grow your personal brand on all these platforms that you can. I can't afford to do so many platforms. I even have a social media manager for my LinkedIn account. He has gotten to that because I couldn't manage so many things together. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I've got a lot of things going on in my life itself. I mean, I'm very busy, like very, very busy. And then I have, working 37.5 hours every week. And then I'm a student as well. I've just finished school, just January. This is March. And then I had to study 40 hours in a week. I had to go to work. I've got a son. I've got a baby I need to look after. I've got to cook. I've got to do other things. And look, we only have 24 hours in a day. I've got to meet up with clients. I've got to do research for their books. I got to write their books. And book writing is not bread and butter. So it's a lot going on for me. And what did I do? I just said, okay, let me undo Facebook so that anytime I can is fine. I had to get someone to handle my LinkedIn page because I know that I want to stay on both of them. I want to be active on both of them. But if you've got time on your hand, I mean, you're still very lucky. So you can do as much as you want to do at this time of your life. All right. So two of them, both Facebook and LinkedIn, stand as major lead generation sources for me. What are leads? Leads are clients, or let me say prospective clients. You can have your cold leads, you have your cold audience, you have your warm audience, you have your hot audience. Your cold audience are people that did not heard of you before. They don't even know you, they don't know jack about you. They don't know you from Hidam. Your warm audience, maybe they know you before they've seen your content. They say, looks like this girl is valid, she's legit, she's good. Looks like she's very skillful. Well, they've still got one or two doubt. Your warm audience, let's say your past clients, people that they know you, they might not have bought from you even, but they know they can vouch for you. They know you, they like you, they trust you. All right. So, and I know I'm running now. I'm running. So now your responsibilities. Let me go back to that. Number one is to understand your client's voice and tone. Different people that I've worked with do not write the same way. Do not write the same way. Back to what I was saying, I was giving an example of a particular client I was speaking with from Dallas day before yesterday in Texas. So that's in the US. This particular client has two books already. Okay, she has two books already. She has published. Now she has gotten very busy. She does not even have time for herself alone again. And then she wants to write another book, and that book must be written. What did I do? After all the interviews, trying to understand the book project and all of that, I told her to send me copies, e-copies of her past books. Okay, you are a YouTube channel. I'm going to watch your videos. I'm going to read your books, your past books. I will see some of the materials and presentations you've done. I just want to see how you write. I want to see how you speak. I want to understand your tone. I want to understand your voice. So that when I'm writing your book, everyone who reads can hear you in their head, can hear your voice. They are not hearing me. I have my own voice. I have my own tone of writing. But every author, when it comes to ghostwriting, even if you're not a book ghostwriter, if you're just, let's say, maybe you're just writing email newsletters, or you're just writing, just regular email sequence. Even if that's what you're writing, you need to understand your client's voice and tone so that it won't sound robotic. Okay? It will not. So, number two, you have to do your research. You have to write. That's the third thing. Obviously, ghostwriting is writing. You have to write and edit the draft before you even say, okay, I want to send it to the author or to the let me use author. That's your client to review, to check. Because I have milestones. Let's say I want to write a book. I send the first draft, and then if they're happy, we continue the second draft and all of that. So depending on the volume, how bulky the book is, okay. So we try. I try to break those things and divide them like that. All right. So, but before I send those drafts, I need to edit myself. I am an editor. In short, I can do so many things in this life. I learned graphic design. I learned web design. I learned I was learning what's it called? This musical instrument, keyboard piano. But I didn't finish. I went to learn fashion designing. I learned copywriting. I'm a certified copywriter. Like I write sales copies, web copies, and all of that. Product descriptions. I've done those jobs before. Okay. And what's it called? I'm an editor. I'm a proofreader, certified editor. In short, I have a book right now. The person said I must be the one to edit it because I've edited for her before. And she said, look, I know you are busy, just find time for me. Just go and look for this time. I don't care if you want to do it. Just do it. Just get my book edited. Because personally, myself, I've had issues with editors that you just give them the books and then they change the tone. It has happened to me myself as an author. they change the tone. There are some places that you use vernacular, you use some slangs, and there's still like this postscript, or you can put some glossaries, or put something in the footer of the book to say, okay, this is what you mean. Sometimes you want to sound Nigerian, African, you want to sound, there's a tone that comes with some of this writing, and then the editor will just change everything. Not all editors, but I've had my own share of it. So I didn't like those kind of experiences. And my clients have had experiences themselves. So what I do before I even turn in the manuscript, I take like 2 days, 3 days away from what I have written, and then I come back with a fresh eyes. I mean, with a fresh pair of eyes to just read again and see what I've written. Now, not as the author, not as the writer, not as the ghostwriter, as the editor. Okay, such that even if you want to send it to another editor, they don't have much to do because it's been edited. All right. So it is your duty as a ghostwriter to, and if you can't do it, just contract it out to someone else. All right. So you maintain confidentiality. Like I mentioned, it is unethical for a ghostwriter to say, oh, this is what I've written. My client is a bestseller. I have another client who made thousands of dollars from our book launch. And then I was so excited. I wish I can go online and talk about these things and say, look at what happened. This is what happened to my client. And even tag her. But I can't do that. It's very unethical. And that is one of the pains that come with ghostwriting. All right. So you remain uncredited for your work. But what are the benefits of ghostwriting? What are the benefits? There are so many benefits of ghostwriting, both to you as the writer, as a ghostwriter, and the client. All right. Now to the client, what are the benefits? It allows busy professionals to build their personal brands, and while they are saving time, they are building their personal brands and they are not wasting time. Building your personal brand is very time consuming. It is. Creating content, when it comes to content marketing, oh, I didn't add, I'm a content marketer as well. But you can't do everything. So that's why I said you need to have a niche, and the riches are in the niches, anyways. So the benefit of ghostwriting, number one, it allows the person involved, the professional, the CEO, the business owner, um, everybody that hire ghostwriters. It allows them to build their brands, business brands, personal brands, while saving time. It helps them share their expertise without the stress of writing. Okay. It helps them maintain a consistent branding and messaging. You have a tone as a person. So does your brand. So does your business. So when you have a ghostwriter handling, oh yeah, that's right. Imagine changing. Yeah, that's not right. That's not true. That's not nice. So yeah, that's what I was saying, that editors need to take their time. They really need to take time. So, yeah, ghostwriting enables individuals to focus on other aspects of their business and personal life. Like I mentioned, the way virtual assistants are, executive assistants, social media managers, they help you build your brand. The same way ghostwriters have a part to play. And like I mentioned, the challenges of ghostwriting is balancing the client's voice with professional writing standards. You know that these are the things that should be, how things should be written, but the author is telling you this is how I want my book to be written. It is my book, and it is my voice, it is my tone, and it has to be written my way. And if somebody tells you that, I mean, you need to respect that. Look, even if what they ask you to write is against your stand or values, the best thing you can do is to reject the project. I have rejected a project before because I'm a Christian by faith, and then the person asked me to write one ridiculous book about my Lord Jesus, and then I said, excuse me, no, that's not right. I told the person that that's actually not right. That's not what's written in the scriptures. And it was like, No, that's what he wants to write in his own book. I wanted to ask that. Sorry, are you an atheist? But that may be too sensitive, to be pushing. And I just told him, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do it. And that's it. Look, and those kind of projects, they are really handsome and beautiful money. Okay? Beautiful money. This project, this project, when we started talking and I wanted to see how we can, find a way around it. That's not how it is. Jesus is the Son of God. He did not get married while on earth. He did not have any child. He did not have any wife. He said, let's assume. He did not this, he did not do that, he did not do that. And say maybe he was a criminal, this one, that one, he committed a crime. What are you talking? Wait, maybe we should use another character, a fictional character, not like we now use the name Jesus and now say, okay, was born of Mary. And no, that's not what is written. And then this client was willing to pay £30,000. 30,000 pounds. I told him, oh, the book is very big, it's very voluminous. What we'll do is, so don't let me go into details. And I had to close my eyes to such money. Excuse me, how much am I earning in a year, even as a nurse? How much? I'm not earning as much. People think people have money when they travel. It's a lot. I mean, with bills and all of that. So anyway, let me just stop there. I'm telling you. So, I mean, to let go of that, it's a big thing for me. And I'm glad and happy because I will not open my eyes and you talk rubbish of my Lord and Savior like that. All right. So, the best thing you can do if you don't agree with what they want you to write is to just say, is to just back out. But as long as you already agreed and you started, you need to do what they want you to do. Anyways, your name will not be written there and they will not come out to say you wrote it. So you could have still say, okay, you could have still said, I'll go ahead. But one thing is, whatever you cannot do in public, you know, it's not best to do in secret or in private. So I won't because of money. I mean, that's totally out of the way. If it was something else, I don't mind. I may still want to do it, but not something as serious as that. And then you have to, there are tight deadlines. I've got a book I'm writing right now, and the book needs to finish next week. And it will finish next week. Even though I'm 60% done, I have like 40% left. And then, and this is Saturday, this week is gone, but it will be done. All right. So there are sometimes you have tight deadlines and you have to meet up and you do that. So the ethical considerations, you need to be transparent, you need to be clear. I said something about what's it called? What's the name again? Confidentiality the other time. That is unethical for you to go and, either privately or publicly declare that you wrote someone's book, you ghost wrote someone's book. Well, except they've given you the exclusive permission. And make sure that that permission is not verbal. Make sure it's a written permission. Even if it's just chat, even if it's just email, make sure they write it down. Because if they come after you, you can go to jail. You can go to jail because of it. So confidentiality, ethical constitution is a serious matter and you need to be wary of it. You need to respect their confidentiality. And most times, I even get my client to sign confidentiality agreements and privacy agreements. And generally, everything is constellated under the non disclosure agreements we call NDAs. Do you get? So you need to respect that. And you need to respect their intellectual rights, intellectual property rights. That still falls under confidentiality. All right. I am afraid I've used up my time. How long do I have left? I was checking the time earlier, and I forgot the time I started. Please let me know. If you can send me Ella, if you can send me the time I have left, please. I will appreciate that. On WhatsApp, preferably. So, I would have asked you now to ask your questions, but because of our time, I'm just going to go ahead to the next one So if you have any questions, just get them ready for me. All right. So to the next one, the ask for building a portfolio in writing. Hmm. You see? Okay. I think I'll need to stop now. Okay, Ella said I can finish up. I will need to rush. Oh my god. Time is a challenge. Time is a challenge. Time is a challenge. All right. So very quickly, what are the acts you need to know? You need to engage for building a portfolio in writing. Any kind of niche you are. I told you the other time that I lost a $5,000. Is it $5,000? Did I mention or $3,000? $5,000 gig because I didn't have a ghostwriting portfolio. The client wanted me to send the portfolio, but I didn't have it. I didn't have writing samples. I didn't have anything. And then that was how the project passed me by. Well, one thing that affected the interaction was that he had been disappointed earlier on, by another person, another ghostwriter who didn't know what he was doing. And there's a particular client I worked for last year as well, almost the same time when I was trying to close this one that didn't work with me. Um, the other one that I eventually worked with, actually, I told him, okay, I've written books before, but I told him that, sorry, I signed non-disclosure agreement with my client. I'm sorry, I cannot send you their books. I can't. And I told him, if you're not happy, we shall had some back and forth. And he said, okay, he's going to give me a trial. And he saw the way I write on LinkedIn. He saw the things I've written. And I sent him, I think, one particular one page book or something, just for him to read through if he's happy and all of that. So, and I had to give him a discount. I didn't charge him like I should because it's first time and he's very, very skeptical. And then, yeah, without a portfolio. So you don't even need to have, it's not a must for you to have a portfolio, but he helps. He helps you a lot. All right. Your clients, they need to see your samples, they need to see your portfolios to trust you because portfolio builds trust with your client. And one funny thing is that you need to have clients to even have writing samples because it is the work you've done that you will showcase in your portfolio. So, these are the things I've done, these are the samples I've got. You need clients to have samples. Now, you still need samples to get clients. So, how do you resolve this matter? How do you resolve it? Now, how do you get started? You need to know your niche. I told you, if you have any problem with your eyes, you rather go to an optician, an optometrist. You rather go to somebody who is an eye doctor to even observe or touch or do anything than go to a general practitioner, than go to a normal medical doctor who's just does everything and attends to everything. Say, oh no, you have a problem with your with fertility. I can do it. You have problem with your skin. Not a dermatologist. I can do it. You have problem with your eyes. I can do it. You won't want to go with that kind of a person. So you need to get your niche right. Okay. Know what you want to write about, what you want to focus on. I've told you that I can do so many things, even with writing, script writing, all of these things, I can do them, but I have to stay with ghostwriting because that is the niche I want to build my brand on. Now, that takes me to the next one. You need to build your personal brand. Look, you can't continue to stay behind the scene. You need to come out. You need to come out. Let people see your face and know that this is the person behind the brand you're building. I know you like to use flyers. I know you like to use, let's say, get pictures from Pinterest, get pictures from, just normal stock photos. It won't help. Maybe once in a while, it's okay. You don't even need lots of money to take correct pictures. All right. So build your personal brand right on your social media platform. Stop letting people tag you everywhere and your social media platform looks like a dumping ground. Okay. So and then you have to create relevant writing samples. And like I mentioned, you have to get clients to have samples. Now you have to have samples to get clients because if some client will not even work with you if you don't have samples. It's like you're just finishing school or you finished your NYSC for those in Nigeria And then they're asking for 3 years experience. How do you do it? There's a way to go about it, anyways. Even if you're just graduating tomorrow, you want to graduate tomorrow, there's a way to go about it and have 3 years experience while still in school. But that's not why we are here tonight, okay? So, how do you now get these relevant writing samples? You need to write articles online. You can have, I keep mentioning LinkedIn and I will keep mentioning it because LinkedIn gives you big leverage. It gives you undue, unfair advantage in life as a creative. Okay, you can leverage LinkedIn articles. You can even decide to, when you even post articles, anybody who is subscribed to your article receives those things, those articles directly in their emails. All right, so it's a big deal. Write articles on LinkedIn, articles on Medium. You can copy those things or even copy the link. Those that way you're building a brand for yourself and you're building your credibility. All right, you can, if you got so many writers in this academy, you maybe you've networked with other people, you've got other people that are writers. You can guest post, you can collaborate with them. You can collaborate with them. If I have a blog and Hella has a blog, Hella can come and write on my blog on, well, it has to be something that she does, something she's interested in. And she can tell me, or I can tell her, oh, I want to collaborate with you. I'd like to write something on ghostwriting. Or let's say she wants a content on ghostwriting. She can even reach out to me. Please, can you write this content? I would like to post it. Either she's paying me or not, it's between both of us. Do you understand what I mean? So if I guest post and collaborating with her, and it's on another blog, not my own blog. Her content is on my blog. My content is on her blog. It will help. It helps my visibility. It helps my ranking. It helps. And that I can even say, oh, I wrote a blog for Ella. That can be my writing sample. That's how to get your relevant writing samples. Another way is to work for yourself. Hire yourself. Hire yourself. When I was building my writing portfolio, do you know what I did? I gave myself a topic to say, okay, um, just assume I'm a client and I want this thing written. What would I do? So I gave myself an assignment, a job, a gig, and I sat my house down and I wrote that book. It was very short, but that contributed to my portfolio and it helped. So you don't have to sit down saying, oh, you don't have clients. Be your own client. Work for yourself. Hire yourself. Okay. Another way is that you can volunteer. I don't really, this thing is very dicey, anyways. You can work for free. I hope you guys are writing. I hope you're writing, like you're really jotting down because I need you to take action after tonight. Don't just listen for listening's sake. This conference has been put together for your sake, and it will be a great tragedy if you don't make use of the beautiful hacks that myself and every other person has, given to all of you. All right. So you can volunteer for people, for brands to say, okay, I like to write. Somebody wanted Anyway, don't let me mention that because time is gone. So you can volunteer, you can write for free. And if you want to write for free, it has to be your niche. Don't just write for writing sake. Because if you write for free and you're not benefiting from it, it's unreasonable. Yes, sorry to use that word, but it's very unreasonable. So it has to be in your own niche, something that is valuable to you as well. Okay. Now, if you write in your niche and you volunteer, you're not paid. Two things you must get from that exercise. Number one, you get a writing sample. You get a writing sample for your portfolio. Number two, you get a testimonial. So let it be an agreement already before you even start and say, okay, oh, are you happy for me to write this and you give me a testimonial? Let's say you're a ghostwriter. And you can't publish the person's name. I did When I was building my own portfolio, I did not do any free samples. No, I didn't do that. I wasn't ready to give that level of commitment. What I did with getting writing samples was, I told you I wrote for myself. And again, if a client is sending you a feedback or is sending you a testimonial, you need to let them know that, okay, are you sending the testimonial like privately? Clients, maybe just to your client, not that you're publishing on your website, your blog, your anything, or you're putting it everywhere. Or is it just on LinkedIn? Is it just on Facebook? You need to agree with them. I'm talking to ghostwriters here. Another thing you can do if you can't get a testimonial, no. Another thing you can do after getting a testimonial is that you can only publish, you may just publish only their first name. You don't have to put, oh, you don't have to put Aanu Clement David-Olawade. I almost mentioned one of my clients' names. You don't have to put, yeah, just the first name is fine. You don't have to put the full name. You can just put Anu, comma, maybe UK or maybe Nigeria or Afghanistan, wherever. Okay, you don't have to put the full name so that it's not traceable. You can even use a pen name or something. And if you can't get a testimonial, you can get there's a name. I just forgot the name right now. Oh dear. Don't worry, I'll remember. If I remember, I'll mention it. I remember now. You can get a reference. You can get a reference from them. Let's say you want to work for someone as a ghostwriter, and the person needs a testimonial from the past client you've worked with. You can discuss with one of your past clients to say, okay, are you happy to give me a testimonial? To say, oh, Annie worked on my book. She was so professional. She was so good. She was so skillful. She communicated well. She's so expressive. She's like she was so respectful. She understood and she wrote in my voice. She did this, she did that. That's good. And you know it's for that client, and that's it. All right. So where are we? Another thing you need to take note if you want to write for free is that don't write for free for your paid clients. You don't write for free for your retainer clients. It affects their perception. Eh? If you if it's just for like all these $50 work and all, it's fine. But if you say you want to write for free for something you would normally charge $1,000 for, and you want to give that all for free, you need to be very mindful of who you do that for. Because if you do that for free, they won't be willing. In most cases, not all cases, to now part away with their money. Some of them will even value it anymore. It affects, you see, it's the mindset of human being. It's the mindset of human being. It affects their perception about you, about your brand, about your excellence, about your skill, about everything. All right. So, what are the things you need to include when you're writing your portfolio? Now, in case I forget, you can even go and build your portfolio on Canva. You don't need a website because I know some of you will say, I need a blog, I need a website, I need a landing page, I need a squeeze page, I need a no. You don't need all of those things. You can decide to just have your social media platforms and build just like you design book covers on Canva, the way you design carousels on Canva, the way you design anything, documents on Canva. You can even do it on Microsoft Word. All right. What are the things you need to include in your writing portfolio? I really need to go now before they kick me out of this studio. Oh dear, what are the things you need to include? Number one, about you. And don't make it boring. Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to my portfolio. My name is Anu. I'm this, I'm a ghostwriter, all of that. It's good to ask for my bio and profile. I just sent that. But on a like when it comes to clients and all of that, you need to have a brand message, a brand story. Why did I go into publishing? Why did I go into publishing? It wasn't my plan to go into publishing. I have been a ghostwriter for over 3 years, like actively. But I just went into publishing this year, 2024. I just went into publishing. Now, there's a story behind that. Why did I go into publishing? I realized that every time I ghostwrite books for my clients, manuscripts, they used to suffer in the hand of publishers. There was a particular client of mine in Ireland, because Ireland is no longer part of the UK, it's part of Europe, like Ireland, Dublin. So, and in UK here, we spend pounds. In Ireland, they spend euros. I've done all this writing. Everything is ready. We got it edited. I got somebody to edit the manuscript because I had to just contract it out. And then there's this particular publisher that was supposed to publish the book. He just did one rubbish work. Even the client, I think 100 copies of book, they had to ship it and send it to her in Ireland. What happened? The client could not even sell them. She was ashamed that what is this rubbish? There's a level of quality. You are exposed, you've seen things, and then this publisher did rubbish. And look, that was it for me. And she's not the only person. So I felt, why would I stress myself? Do go through sleepless nights, go through stress to make sure that this work is done. There's quality. And look, in this day and time, people still judge a book by its cover. Your cover, the quality of your cover, everything. People still judge a book by its cover. So if there's a beautiful content inside and the cover is rubbish, look, you are just gone. So because of the things experience of my clients, I felt, look, I think it's better to go and learn how to do this publishing so that I can start it myself and even ease the pain of my clients. So the reason for going into publishing was not just for the money. It wasn't just for the affluence. It's extra work, it's extra stress, it's extra time, it's extra commitment. But because I want to help my clients, and it is that mindset that brings in more money. It is that mindset of adding value, of helping people. There has to be a problem you're solving in the market. So if you're picking a niche, it has to be that there's a pain of your target audience and your solution, what you're giving, your writing, your niche is the answer to that solution. All right. So about you, your services, you need to include that in your portfolio, what you can do, what you're doing, what you can offer, you can help your audience. Your relevant writing samples, you need to include. You need to include social proofs, testimonials, anything that people say about you. Look, even if it means comments, this thing is not that hard. Even if it is just comments that you posted an article, a social media post, and people say, "My God, you're so good. You write so beautifully. I celebrate you. You are phenomenal." Those things you can still put in one corner. It has to be what somebody has said about you. Somebody other than yourself has said. Then don't forget to put your contact details, at least your email address. Let it be there. If you don't mind receiving lots of phone calls, you can add your phone number if you don't mind. But if you're a spec and you go and put, anyways, people will disturb you a lot. But if you don't mind, you can add it. Lastly, let there be a call to action in your portfolio. Okay? Let there be a call to action. Is it contact me today or join the winning team or do this or do that? There has to be in anything you're doing. And now, the same way, tonight, your call to action is to make a plan. Make a plan tonight and take action, no matter how seemingly imperfect. Look, nobody knows a silent expert. No one. So you have to be loud. You have to be the gospeler of your brand. Carry your market on your head like this. Okay? So you have to take action. Do what you can while you can to get to where you need to get to. Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize again. This is very unusual of me. I like to stick to time. I don't know what to cover. I think it's the prayer team, I mean prayer band department. They got me talking more than usual. And yeah, I'm so happy again to be here. And I need to run away now. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'll still stick around. So let the host.
Right now. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. I enjoyed this session. Like it felt like we are already in a classroom having a very wonderful session. Thank you so much for this impactful session. Like you gave so much in a very short time. We gave you a short time. I know about that, and you were practical enough. They were relatable experiences. So you were not just speaking out of theory, assumptions, and all of that. You were all the things you were saying were very relatable, and that's the beauty of one of the pain and the beauty of ghostwriting is that you do the work, someone takes the credit, and sometimes it blossom more than your personal work, the one that has your name in it, and you
That's
begin
right.
to wonder. So I would like to thank you so much for accepting this invitation. Of truth, we did not invite the wrong person. Thank you so much. That was so in depth. We appreciate you, and I'm going to see you backstage because it seems you're running along to meet up with
Bye.
Anu. Yeah, bye
Thank you.
everyone. And to everyone who have joined, if you have a question, I may probably send it to her in her inbox so that she would answer. She's running along for another meeting. So do send me the questions in the inbox. I will do well to send it across to her. So right now we'll be ending this session. To join the second session, you're getting the link in the group chats. The second speaker is already in the studio, and I will see you soon.